Hey guys, and welcome to the RV Trash Talk podcast, where we dish on all things RV, full-time traveling, and RV maintenance. I'm Danny, one of the co-hosts of this crazy experiment. My wife Melissa and I, along with our great friends Rob and Trish and Jim and Amy, thought up this crazy idea sitting around a campfire drinking whiskey in Athens, Texas.
Hey guys, and welcome back to RV Trash Talk. It's been a while since we've all been together, about 2.5 months. Before we kick it off, what's everybody drinking today? Jim and Amy?
Go ahead, Amy.
Oh, I've got some Moscato wine tonight.
Oh, very nice.
And I got some Chattanooga whiskey. Thanks to my brother Danny.
Yeah. I got Florida Guinness.
Oh, I might have to go look.
Is that different than regular Guinness?
Yes, it tastes like the islands.
Like
I was going to say,
lotion.
Sandy?
So like coconut in it?
Yes.
And then I have Crazy Lady Honey Blonde Ale from Key West. Yes. Thanks to Amy who left it at my house.
I have got, mine seems really boring, but I've got Corona Premier. Whoops. Yep.
It's still the islands.
Yes.
I'm going deep south. Twisted tea, baby.
Twisted tea. Keep it twisted.
Rob's in the middle of his transition.
Yep.
Keep it twisted.
We just had a bunch. We had a bunch left over, so these are really good. If you haven't tried them, they're really good.
He likes the Lipton tea even more.
The Lipton tea ones are, they're fantastic.
It's alcohol? Lipton tea?
Yeah, twisted tea.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know Lipton tea had alcohol.
Well, no, the Lipton one. Lipton makes one now.
Really?
We got it in Colorado. When we were in Colorado, they had it.
So is it like an Arnold Palmer type of thing?
Yeah, if you don't like iced tea, it's horrible. But if you like iced tea, it tastes like iced tea. It's like literally, it's iced tea.
But it'll knock you on your butt.
Yeah, after a couple
in
of
a
them.
can or a bottle or?
Yes.
Can.
Both. They make them in both. But it is a can.
Huh. Interesting.
So,
Nice.
Life is better with a twist.
Oh, there you
Cheers,
go.
friends.
Cheers, friends.
Cheers. Woo.
Cheers.
Clink, 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 clink.
Cheers, mates.
All right.
All right, so 2.5 months. It's been a while since we've
It's been a hot minute.
gotten together. We've had some exciting things happen. Rob and Trish, you want to kind of fill us in on what you guys have been doing lately?
All right. So after leaving Colorado at the end of August, we came back to Arizona, where we stay in the fall because we can park here pretty inexpensively and still go do other stuff. It was a little warm when we got back, so I flew to New York for a month to visit family.
I stayed in Arizona.
He stayed where it was hot. He wanted to get his RV tech business going in Arizona, so he wanted to be there, but nobody was there yet because it was too hot.
Oh, my God. It was ridiculously hot. It was like 110, 115 degree hot.
Like,
Oh, my God.
like well beyond when it's usually warm. Like we were like 15 degrees above normal every day for days.
Oh, yeah, it was horrible.
Anyway,
That was when? September?
That was September.
1st.
September, all through September was over 100. It was absolutely horrible. It was, don't go to Arizona and
Usually it's not that bad in
heat,
September.
But yeah, it was so bad.
But then we went to North Carolina, visited family for about 8 days. And otherwise, we helped our daughter move into her new place last week. And now we're up in Sedona.
Nice.
So just
Cool.
I don't know, enjoying the great weather that's out here in the wintertime.
For sure. It's been gorgeous now. Now is the time to be in Arizona. It's like 80, 75-ish.
It's beautiful.
Nice.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So we'll be here until end of January. Then we're heading to Tucson.
Nice.
Tucson.
Cool.
Tucson, January.
Logging some Arizona hours.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we'll be in
Arizona. Yeah,
we'll be in Arizona until May when we leave Havasu.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
But all different parts. So
Yeah,
Traveling.
sweet.
That's the great thing about having a home on wheels, man. Just pick up and
You
go.
got that right. Go
Love it.
wherever the road takes you.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Stay in a state for a long time or a short time.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice. All right, Jim and Amy, what have you guys been up to? What's been going on?
Let's see. In September, we went to North Carolina. We stayed with my brother for about a week, a little less than a week. We did Moochdocking. That was the first time we've done that.
Nice.
Nice. How was that?
It was really good.
Well, it was really good because he had full hookups.
He had full hookups.
It was only 30 amp, but
Oh, that's
it was awesome.
So it was pretty nice.
What is moochdocking for those that don't know what moochdocking is?
Moochdocking is when you go to usually a friend or a relative and you stay at their property, whether you're hooked up or not, using their electricity, their water.
You're just mooching.
You're mooching
off of them.
We did that last year for a couple months.
Yeah.
Some others call it driveway surfing.
Driveway surfing, yeah.
I like that.
We were in their driveway, and he had 30 amp hookup and water, and used his clean out trap to get rid of the waste.
So, yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool to see that.
Nice little setup right there.
And he lives real close to Camp Lejeune, so we went to the beach at Camp Lejeune. It was beautiful.
That was awesome. It was amazing.
And then
that was during Labor Day weekend.
That was Labor Day weekend. Then after we left them, we went to Savannah, Georgia. Spent a week in Savannah. Loved it. It was fabulous. So we did a lot of touristy things there. Mm-hmm. Then we went down to Orlando for 2 weeks.
Yep.
2 weeks in Orlando, and then we're in the Florida Keys right now, and we've been here since
October 1st.
October 1st.
Awesome.
Nice.
You dodged a couple hurricanes.
Yes, we've dodged three.
Three. Well, two.
Helene, Milton.
First one was Helene. We were in Orlando for, and then we were actually in the Middle Keys for Milton.
Yeah.
Got rocked a little bit more with Milton than we did with Helene, and then Sarah, which didn't develop.
No, didn't Raphael come through?
Raphael.
Oh, that's right. We got Raphael.
Yeah,
you got Raffy.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about Raphael. Yeah.
Yes.
And then Sarah was supposed to make her way, but she decided, I'm going to be so nice and not come back.
She just disintegrated.
She disintegrated, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you guys actually have any that hit you, or was it just mostly a little bit of rain, a little bit of wind?
So the first one, which was
Helene
in Orlando, we got a little bit of wind and some rain. I mean, actually, I've experienced worse over on the Washington coast as far as the sustained wind goes. Milton, we were actually down in the Middle Keys, and it was a little bit stronger.
Rocky.
A little.
Didn't get much rain.
We didn't get much rain on that one, though. It was more wind than anything.
Yeah.
So there was a period where I brought in half the slides because it was kind of a broad side. So on the side where the wind was coming, I did bring those slides in just because we got slide toppers and so I didn't want them to get torn apart if we got a huge gust or anything. So I brought that side in, and it was. It wasn't about 6 hours later. I put them back out. I was like, "All right, cool."
Yeah, nothing major. That's good.
So it was a little too close for comfort. I mean, being from Washington State, and I worry about earthquakes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, an earthquake in an RV, no big deal because they go down an earthquake every time you pull them down the freaking road. But a hurricane, that's a little bit different. But we were watching it very closely, and I was ready to hook up and head back to North Carolina if I had to. I don't know, back to Washington for crying out loud. Fortunately for me, during my naval career, we had to watch the weather very closely, and so I kind of knew what to watch for and which apps and which organizations to look at. So I was basing a lot of that on my past experiences with of storm avoidance during my Navy career, and then talking to the local people, and they're like, "Yeah, this is." I mean, it's going to be windy, and we're not leaving. I'm like, all right, and I mean, most of them that we talked to, I mean, it was people that worked in the park that we were at, and a couple of them, I mean, it was a family, so. The dad is like, yeah, we're going to stay put, and I'm not taking my 3 kids anywhere. So if he's not going to put his 3 kids in danger, I felt comfortable staying where we were at. So,
for sure, yep.
But I mean, we took the necessary precautions. We made sure everything was inside, no chairs left outside. The rug, I mean, nothing was outside. Filled up the fresh water tank and tried to keep the gray tanks as full as possible, just to kind of help make the rig a little bit heavier, and we did okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Good.
Smart.
So how long are you guys in the Keys for? Until when?
We are here until the 13th of December, and then we head up to Orlando area.
Nice. Excellent.
But should be out of hurricane season now. But always good to have some kind of plan if you're going to be down here in Florida.
For sure. No
time
kidding.
Frame.
No. Well, and I mean, so while we're on that topic, for the listeners, if you are in the Florida Keys camping during hurricane season and you have a reservation at a Florida state park, be aware that if there is a hurricane that is going to hit Florida, they will evacuate all of the Florida state parks. Not just the location where the hurricane is supposed to hit, but they will evacuate all of the Florida state parks and close them down during the duration that the hurricane is going to pass through wherever it passes through at. So,
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was
good to know.
Well, because we're in a state park right now, and I actually had us double booked for most of the time that we were here, just because I needed to have someplace to be able to go if Sarah's became something. So, but yeah, just be aware that Florida they shut down, and it could be a hurricane up in the Tampa area, and they close all of them down, all the way down into the Keys, all the way up the East Coast through the Atlantic, and they shut it all down.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It was kind of a surprise for us.
Yeah, for sure. I could see that.
Oh yeah, because we were going to do.
Why the hurricane's 100 miles away?
Yeah.
Because we were in Orlando, we were coming down to John Pennycamp, actually where we're now for 2 nights.
Yeah.
Just to kind of break it up some, and they called us to say, and that was at Helene, that they were canceling just one of our 2 nights while the hurricane passed through and whatever.
Yep.
And that one hit way up near Tallahassee.
Yeah.
And John Pennycamp's way down by Key Largo, and they closed it. So.
Yeah. So just
we just stayed at Orlando an extra day and just didn't come here then.
Yep. So just be aware if you're state parking it in hurricane season, you could be asked to leave. Have a plan.
Wow,
that's be ready to roll.
Yeah,
and there is only one way in and out.
Yeah, there is only one way.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah, very true.
All right, Danny and Melissa, what about you guys?
Well, Melissa, how about you guys?
Then we've nothing really much going on. Yeah, so after the last time we recorded, we did 6 weeks backpacking through Europe with the kids. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, we had a great time.
It was a little long.
It was a little long, honestly. It really was. By the end of it, we were all very ready to come home.
How'd the kids do?
They actually did really great. We honestly, when I say we were doing training, like they would put their backpacks on, we'd make them walk around. This is no joke. We are not carrying bags for you this entire time. But
trains, planes, automobiles.
Yeah, we did all of the things, and they did so good.
Well, your kids are awesome.
Your kids are awesome.
Yeah, they're resilient. Like they know. Just being on the road alone. I mean, they know it's time to go. Let's go.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
We got lucky. We had a lot of fun. We started in, we went to London. We did London for a couple of days and flew to Ireland and drove around Ireland. That was honestly what we were all looking forward to the most was Ireland.
Yep.
And that's where everybody got sick was Ireland.
Yep.
Oh, really? Oh,
I don't
no.
think I've ever felt so horrible in my entire life as I did for a good 24 hours. And we were at this really beautiful resort next to the water. It was,
Jameson's private
golf
club
links
or something.
Yeah. It was so pretty, and I felt so bad. It was so.
I felt fine.
Man.
Yeah, Danny felt fine the
I had
entire
10
time.
Guinnesses a day.
Yeah, no, he felt fine the entire time. But
So many vitamins.
So many vitamins and minerals were coursing through his veins. He
There you
didn't
go.
sick at all. But yeah, the kids and I both got sick.
Man.
So I think we'll have to circle back to Ireland next time because I don't feel like we didn't do it justice. But
And then we went back to England.
Yeah.
We went to a football game, soccer
Fulham.
game in America.
Soccer.
And then we went to France and we did Normandy, which was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So
That must
cool
have
to
been
see
cool.
that.
Yep.
And then we did a small town on the east coast of France,
Yep.
right bordering Germany. And then we were able to take the train into Switzerland for the day, so the kids get to
that's awesome.
knock another country
Very
off.
cool.
We spent 54 American dollars on 2 Happy Meals and 2 chicken sandwiches in Switzerland.
Wow.
But we got to
That's
go,
good
when we
to
were
know.
in England, we got to go back to the base that I was stationed at in England. Me and Melissa were stationed at for 4 years, so that was cool. We got to show the kids where
that's
we
awesome.
worked and the golf course, and we showed
That's
them our
way
houses
cool.
where we lived, so it was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
What was the one thing you said that what's going to be in one of our videos, but one of the coolest things, everywhere in Ireland, there was nothing but motorhomes everywhere.
Oh,
Non-stop campers. And the cool part was all the gas stations, they have
Oh, laundry.
gas stations, laundry, pet wash,
Yeah.
and wash your car, all in the same spot.
Yeah,
in Ireland.
everything.
It was really cool.
Wow.
And they actually
Sounds like a miniature
like,
Loves.
good like food though.
Where was the rig while you guys were overseas?
It's funny you should ask.
I was in storage.
Because we were in Florida, we booked a $400 a month indoor storage, and I dropped it off. That was a nightmare of a back end. And it was either be able to get to one side of the RV where you could level the RV or actually get in the RV on the other side. So I literally had to move it to do said things.
Oh, geez.
So then about 3 days after we got it in storage, we had a recall on our RV. So they were like, hey, we can get you in right now. I was like, you couldn't tell me this
Are
3 days
you
ago.
freaking kidding me?
What was the
Right.
recall for?
Just a little 12-volt issue and just a couple small stuff we needed fixed.
Yeah.
So we took it out of our $400 a month storage and dropped it off. And then it wasn't going to be ready by the time we went to Europe for 6 weeks.
Oh,
So our
shit.
RV sat outside baking in the sun, not getting fixed, while we paid $400 a month for storage.
But what we kept the storage because when we came back from Europe, we were going to stay with the family for 2 weeks to
Right.
Before we left.
before we left again. So we didn't want to lose our spot for the 2 weeks, so we kept it. And then we ended up getting a hurricane.
Mhm.
So we couldn't even pick the RV up as soon as we got back from Europe. So we left it there a couple of days thinking, oh, it's safe. It's in a spot. It's locked up. They told us it was secure. It was not. So the day after the hurricane hit, we went to go pick it up. And we get there completely unlocked and out in their parking lot. Like not even like in a secured location, just out in
just
the
sitting
parking
out.
lot.
Classic.
Oh,
and-
my God.
But complete everything. All the storage, everything was unlocked. Our front
my
door was
gosh.
unlocked. And then the power cord was just floating in the wind.
Oh my.
So
But we hooked up and we left. And it's been a month, and they still haven't called us to say, hey, did you pick up your rig? Because
No.
we didn't call them or say nothing. They haven't
Are
even
you
called us yet.
serious?
no.
You should
That's
call them
it.
and be like,
You report it stolen.
Yeah.
Go up there. Go back
Yeah.
up there to pick
have-
it up.
They have not
100%.
called us. They have not called us. We have not
You should
done
call and
anything,
say,
so-
when is my rig going to be ready?
I know.
"Did
We've
they
thought
fix
about
the
that.
issue?"
Yeah.
Is it-
Everything's fine.
Everything's fixed.
Thank you
Wow.
for fixing, but leaving everything we own wide open.
Yeah.
What the
so-
heck?
Honestly, we left it in storage for 3 days, so about $380 a day is not so bad in Florida, I guess. But now we're in the Keys, so it's all worth it.
Yes, all
That's
better. Everything's fine. Although,
Very
if you
good.
are going to store your RV in Florida, know that when you go and there's no climate controlled, when you get back in, all of the little plastic things that are in the drawers that make it stop, like the little plastic sticky things, they're all just falling off now.
Melted
shit.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Too hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
so
it was
hot.
too hot. Yeah. So like
Yeah.
all of
Oh,
our
nice.
and especially because our RV was brand new, like all of our drawers have those little plastic
Mhm.
pieces, and so all of them are not there.
Not there anymore.
No.
Well, good thing you've got a good tech.
Yes, nomadic RV solutions.
Nomadic RV solution.
Did you have a dehumidifier? We've had ours going.
Yep, we have one for
24/7.
you.
Well, that's what we didn't have. That
We
now
don't.
we know. We know better
Yeah,
now. But
because
yeah.
we live out west where you don't need that.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. No,
So
we
you
have
guys like on
we
the
have
water?
a
Are you
dehumidifier.
close to the water?
Oh yeah, I can see it. We can see it right from
There
our
we
Oh,
go.
you see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on the
Right
Naval
close to-
Air Station, Key West.
Yep.
And it's
Nice.
literally like 15 steps right to the ocean. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
I got mangrove water like about 12 feet away.
Oh,
Sweet.
you better
Nice.
not go walking there.
I know.
No.
Crocodiles out there.
Barracudas. So yeah.
Nice.
But we did go paddleboarding. What day did we go?
A few days ago.
A couple days ago, and we did see 2 manatees.
Watch our video.
While we're out.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Was that wasn't today's video?
No, it wasn't.
Coming up.
Next week.
It's
So you
coming
see-
up.
Yeah.
Crocodiles
2
while
weeks.
you're paddleboarding too?
No, have not seen any
No
crocodiles.
crocodiles.
Okay.
We
Are there
did
alligators
see,
too or just crocodiles?
well, alligators. So you got alligators up here.
No, the signs say crocodiles.
Oh, did it say crocodile?
Remember, it says crocodilians.
Oh, yeah.
We thought
all
that
That's right,
bad.
because crocodiles are saltwater. Alligators are freshwater.
we saw
Yes.
alligators up in Orlando.
Yes. When we went through that
Who's
sanctuary.
that?
Yeah.
Sanctuary.
Those things with teeth that have been alive for like 1,000,000 years?
Yeah, no
Yeah,
thanks.
good.
Well, we did get to go. My good buddy Jim brought us snorkeling, which was a
Oh, God.
fantastic
That's cool.
trip.
Tell everybody about your experience, honey.
Okay, we went like probably 250 miles out in the middle of the ocean.
It was not.
Not.
The
It's like
waves
3
were
miles.
the waves were so high, and it was a cool ride. And then we stopped, and then we got in the water,
And then you started.
and then I got on the boat, and then I started puking for like
So
well,
actually,
yeah.
so I really, but
It was terrible.
but Danny, I really want to thank you for that because you brought so many beautiful fish
Yes.
into the
That's where you
area.
from the water.
I sure did.
It was amazing in the water.
No, as soon as we got there, though, he starts going.
I know.
And
I
actually,
felt
even
so
before
bad.
he started going, Emma looks at me in just this face of panic.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm dizzy. And I was like, oh, this sucks.
I
And then
felt
she
horrible.
goes, I want to go back. I was like, you can't go back. There's no going back.
Yeah.
We're here.
We were
I can
stranded.
charter a boat right now.
Yeah.
So the guy was actually really cool. Alejandro, shout out to Captain Jax. That guy, he was really nice.
Captain Hook.
Captain Hook.
Dang it, Captain Hooks. Sorry, Captain Hooks. But he came over. He actually started talking to Emma. He gave her some ginger ale, and he was
Yeah.
like, you need to get in the water. And so after a couple minutes, she finally got into the water. And I think just the cold water and her actually not sitting on a boat and rocking back and forth, she
Oh, yeah.
felt fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
She actually did snorkel for a couple minutes. And then she got out, and then the whole rest of the time she felt horrible.
And it,
But then
and
Jake
it was.
did-
It ended
yeah.
up being a little bit rougher than it.
No, it
Yeah,
was.
it was-
Yes.
it was.
Jake got in.
Jim's a professional seaman, so
He
Captain Hooks gave us a free snorkel trip for Veterans Day. So it was
So yeah.
Nice.
So
At
while
least
we're
I
on that
didn't say.
subject, I do want to do a shout out to Captain Hook.
Yeah.
In the Keys, every Veterans Day, on Veterans Day, they do take veterans out
And their
For-
families.
and their families. I think they'll allow. I think it's up to 6 family members, or 5 family members plus the veteran. They do a snorkeling trip, and if you're scuba divers, they will also do free scuba. So that's on Veterans Day. So and he's got. I think there's 2 windows. I think there's a morning window and an afternoon window in 2 different places in the Middle Keys. So Captain Hook, I mean, you those guys,
They were good.
and the crew was fantastic.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
the company is amazing. I as a veteran, I really appreciate them allowing us to go do that and allowing me as a veteran to go experience some of those things at a ridiculously discounted price, and that meant a lot for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
it really did. So thanks to Captain Hook.
So what's your question of the episode?
Question of the episode is, how does everybody stay connected to people or meet new people? RV life can be very isolating sometimes when people are moving as much. Obviously,
Yep.
our situation where we met is a little bit different because we were stuck with each other for 5 weeks.
Oh, now we know how you really feel.
We were
I'm just
forced to
kidding.
be
I'm
together.
I'm so kidding.
That was some of the best 5 weeks this year.
Seriously.
Sure was.
Exactly. No, it was, we were absolutely blessed to meet you guys the way that we did. And then we got to spend some awesome 5 weeks together. And that's obviously how
Amen.
this,
Amen.
that's obviously how this podcast has started. So, how do you guys how do you stay connected with people that you met, or how do you find new people? Like, what kind of ways do you guys use? And we can start with Rob and Trish, because you guys are on this side and I'll go this way.
So when we first started, our first year full time, we were basically in spots for just a couple of weeks, right? So it was difficult to really meet people. That's one thing we talked about a lot, is that we didn't really meet, like we'd meet people every once in a while. We'd say hi. We'd have a campfire and people would come over and we'd say hi. And we'd never see them again. And then when we actually when we went through the tech school and we actually were someplace for like a month, we were there for 5 weeks, and we actually started really meeting people. And that's where obviously where we met you guys. And it was just really good. And we really talked about, hey, we need to start meeting more people like this, because you guys are like our people. So one thing that we definitely do now is that we're in places usually for at least a minimum of about a month. And we start to do, every place that we've been to has some type of activities to do. And we do the activities. Like we started playing pickleball at the place we're at now. And we just meet people there. And it's funny because from that, we happen to meet 2 pickleball instructors the other day. We decided to play pickleball. Cool. We happened to meet 2 pickleball instructors. And I know from that, we'll end up meeting a crap ton more people just because of that. But it's doing those activities that kind of bring everybody
out there.
Yeah, because everybody's kind of in the same boat, right? It almost reminds me of college. Like you go to college the first time, and it's like nobody really knows anybody, but you have to kind of put forth the effort to do it. You could totally be isolation. Like if you want to be that introvert person and never meet a person, this is totally life for you. If you want to meet a crap ton of people, this is totally life for you. You just got to put forth the effort. And that's one thing that we're trying to do that a lot more, because before I think we were kind of very much introverted and we worked a lot.
Well, I'm just going to say though, I don't think it's so much that we were introverted as we were still working full time, which we are still.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say for you guys. You guys are still working full time while living on the road. I mean, at the end of the day, it's ready. You're ready for dinner and a movie maybe, and then bed, and then it's rinse and repeat.
Exactly. So this year we've been trying to be better about, like Rob said, doing resort things. So since we've come back to Arizona, he goes and plays poker, which he was doing anyway, but he now knows a lot of people because of it. I know a crap ton of people now because of that. We started doing the Learn to Row class. We've been doing pickleball. I'll play bingo on Monday nights. That's really for fun. You really don't meet people.
That's awesome.
Because they're like hardcore bingo people.
They're hardcore. But also, even here in Arizona, we've got some friend groups already, so it is a little bit different. But even when we've gone to other places, we've tried to get out and do more local activities. But here, even though we know people, it's easy to not kind of emerge. Not to kind of reemerge into the group. So anyway, like yesterday we did a turkey wobble bike ride with like 20 other people.
Awesome.
So we biked and went to some little taco shack and then biked back. And anyway, I don't know. We're just really trying to put forth more effort to find things to do that other people are doing. Even going up to the pool more. Yeah. Like it sounds silly, but going up to the pool more.
Totally
the other
agree.
thing I've done is there's like there's workout classes and stuff that they offer at the resort all the time. So I've gone to yoga. I've gone to like the core circuit, whatever it is. I don't know. Yeah. I've gone up and done some things where usually I would just go off and do my own workout on my own. And so now I'm trying to, do some of the things that are there. So that would be one thing. And as far as keeping in touch with people too, obviously there are apps, but even with just some people, like even sharing our location, if they've got an iPhone and stuff, sharing location with people just to kind of keep up.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice. But I'm gonna kind of go along with Trish and the pool.
Yes.
The pool is a great place to meet people.
Sure.
Especially if there's a bar.
Yes. Well, like they have live music and dancing and stuff. Like we've been trying to go up for that, stuff like that. Yep.
Oh, it's fun.
Nice. That's awesome.
And I feel we kind of we do a lot of 1,000 trails. So I feel sometimes you get in a groove where you almost follow the same people along.
Yeah. So I don't want to call it a groove. 1,000 trails is a way to do this lifestyle in an affordable way. And a lot of the mindsets are to follow 70 degrees. Or 75. Just stay warm. So if you're on that follow the warm weather, you're gonna see repeat people at the same place that you're at. And that's where we meet or have met.
Yeah.
Some of the people that we stay in contact with. But I guess it's our turn, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's amazing when you just introduce, literally, hey, my name's Rob. How are you?
Yeah.
Like that right there. And then all of a sudden everybody starts talking because everybody's in the same boat.
Yep.
Well, we already all have a common interest. We all of us already like RV life.
Yeah.
You know, we like that lifestyle. We're in a campground, for crying out loud. It doesn't matter if you're in a Class A, a Class C, or a fifth wheel, or a pop-up tent trailer. There's a common thread there. You like getting out and enjoying nature and going and seeing stuff. It doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior or a part-timer or a full-timer. You know, you already have that common thread. So
Amen.
Back to the whole 1,000 Trails, we kind of start seeing the same people in different areas, you know, so that kind of helps us connect to people. Obviously, being 5 weeks with some people, I shouldn't say some, with you lovely people. I mean, and I consider you all family now. I mean, you guys are my brothers and sisters at this point. You know, I mean, I love you guys dearly. So that gave us an avenue to be able to connect and share ideas. And one of the things that I came across, and it's actually from Less Junk, More Journey, Nathan developed it. His company did. It's called Nomad Near Me. And I mean, if you're friends with somebody on Nomad Near Me, you can see how close they are, and then reach out to them. Hey, I see that you're like 5 miles from me. Let's get together and have a beverage or have dinner or meet at the beach, whatever, you know. And what's really cool about it is you can go on there and you can select your interests. You know, if you're interested in pickleball, like Trish and Rob were talking about, if you're interested in RV parks or boondocking or so basically the types of camping, what your hobbies are. If you're, I forget all the other different parameters, but you can go in and see who's close to you without getting too close to where they're at. And okay, who's near me that has the same interest? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, they like distilleries and bars. Hey, let's reach out to them and see if they want to go to a drink and introduce ourselves. So,
now that's a free app, right?
It is a free app.
You can do a paid version of it. I'm not necessarily sure what is included in the paid version, but Nathan actually did a video on it, talking about Nomad Near Me and the paid version of it. And this guy has developed it. It's his freaking app, and he has said, "Don't pay.
Yeah,
you don't get anything out of the paid version.
Yeah,
anything more than you get out of the free version."
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean. And it's great. I mean, you can see if there's people close to you, or your friends are close to you, or somebody that's fairly close to you that have the same interest, and you can reach out to them. And so it's kind of cool to watch Trish be up in New York and we're down here in the Keys. And
oh yeah, and the nice thing about it is that it doesn't tell you your exact location. It
does not.
The general area. Which
right.
Is
so I feel very comfortable with it as far as my own personal safety goes, because that is a concern with using that app, because it's a very general area. It's not a pinpointed area. It's general enough where you can see like-minded people with similar interests.
Classic.
So how about you guys, Danny? How do you guys meet? How do you meet people? How do you stay in touch? What's
their turn?
We don't like people. We just stay in our RV. Just stay.
Talk to you guys once a week.
So what are you saying? We're your only friends?
Yeah.
That's it. Get to be friends.
No, when we're feeling like we need to meet people or talk to other people besides us two, when he irritates me or something like that. So I think the best way that we have found is going to rallies. We like rallies. We have a lot of fun at rallies, especially the kids, to get them around other kids too, for more than just a 24 hours. You know, you're there for 3 days. We've been to 2 Less Junk, More Journey rallies. And the kids have kids that they keep in touch with now, and that's been really nice. And I think that's been a really great way for us to meet people. It's, I mean, honestly, so exhausting. By the end of it, you're so tired. You don't want to talk to anybody for like 2 weeks because you have to rest back up. But I think rallies is definitely the way that we have done it. So we've done the Eclipse rally. We did what did we do? Oh, RV Unplugged rally. We did that one. And then we just recently got back from the Less Junk More Journey one in Tennessee. So, we did do a Grand Design one. Couple years ago.
You're fired.
Oh, we have done a couple of Grand Design.
So you guys aren't allowed to do those anymore, though.
You're fired.
Can't go anymore.
We dumped them.
You're fired.
So we are looking at Brinkley ones, though, to do. Brinkley, they do unofficial ones. It's not officially sponsored Brinkley rallies yet, but I'm sure they're going to have to start that soon.
So how do you find the rallies?
It's mostly like we follow Less Junk More Journey and Finding Our Someday on YouTube and everything, so we know when their rallies are coming up, and that's how we've done the two of them. RV Unplugged, we watched the show and we saw that they were doing the finale rally when we were making our way back through Florida to end up going to Europe, so we decided to do that one. And
then Grand Design, we did a couple of them because it's just your RV manufacturer. They put out.
Okay.
Yeah, Keystone doesn't do them. I looked it up.
Yeah.
It looks like they used to, but they haven't done any.
They don't anymore. Yeah.
So have you guys done anything like work-wise? Like, are you guys doing any RV tech stuff at all, or just no?
You answer the phone when it rings.
I answer the phone when it rings, and unfortunately for me, that most of my phone calls come from Washington State, and I'm not there right now.
All of your phone calls come from Washington.
I have done, I think, more work on my own rig than I have done on others. I recently did a slide out fix.
Oh, really?
On a Schwinn.
Schwinny?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, we went to
actually, I went to Lippard. Lippard had a local class here.
How was that?
2 weeks ago. It was good. But
nice.
So here's one thing I did learn. Lippard, if you go to the Lippard training thing, it's totally free. You can actually go through all their training. They have like webinars.
Yep.
And everyone is 2 to 3 hours, and it's worth 2 credits, like 2 continuing education credits.
Yep.
And I wish I would have did that first before I went to the class, because the class it's not hands-on, which kind of sucks. So they just look. But the videos, like I went home and I had no idea these things were even there. So I went home and started going through those. It was way more in detail than it was in the actual class.
I've done one. Wow. I think I've done one, maybe I might have done 2 of theirs. Webinars. They're actually pretty good.
They are. They're definitely good. I was definitely impressed. I wish I would have did that before I went to the class, though. But I need more hands-on on Schwinn stuff. Like, I've had a couple now that I've fixed, which is cool. But like, I need to do a full replacement on. Like, I had the tech that had it before end up putting the wires in backwards, so they'd hit extend and it would come in, and they hit retract and it'd go out.
Yeah.
So I'm like
here's your sign. Well, so I had the opportunity to pull my H column and both of my racks on one end of one of my slides, so I'm pretty comfortable with doing at least that. I mean,
obviously, for Rob, you just switch the stickers, and it's a simple fix.
Yeah, exactly.
Just call me, man.
Well, the funny thing that I went there. They were actually leaving, and they just need to get the slide in. So the Cotty worked awesome, because I basically just hooked it up, brought the slide in. They went to the other place. I ended up going to the class over the weekend, or actually it was during the week. But I ended up going there, and the guy was talking about a couple things. He's like, yeah, you know what? If you ever need to bring it the opposite way, just take the 2 wires or take the 2 things and swap them, and the thing will work backwards. I'm like, oh shit, I had no idea. And that's obviously what the other tech did.
That's what
negative is positive, positive is negative, and if you get
I was like, that's cool. So it's actually kind of cool. Like the Cotty, man, that gives you instant credibility. When I go to somebody's thing, I can just plug that thing in. I can do whatever I need to do. They're like, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. And in reality, in my head, I'm like, God, I hope I know what I'm talking about.
I haven't a clue what the hell I'm doing, but this thing looks cool.
But it's definitely been. I've had a couple that I had one guy. I had a furnace issue that I can't. I have no idea what's wrong with it. Like I need to bench. I want to take it out and actually bench that.
Have you cleaned the orifice on it?
Yes. Yeah, I pulled that whole thing out. I pulled it out. I checked the orifice. Everything is working fine, except it runs for like 2 minutes and then it just blows out. So I don't know. That's what ours was doing. That's what yours is doing?
That's what
now
ours was doing. No, the old one. That's what it was doing.
Yeah.
So don't tell your customer to buy a Brinkley.
Yeah. Your fix is
Listen, I'm going to buy a RV. For you. Here you go.
All right, we'll catch you next time. Cheers, everybody.
Nailed it.
I hope you guys enjoyed this RV Trash Talk podcast. Please subscribe and join us as we navigate this crazy full-time RV lifestyle.